This is the rumor mill. Before we jump into the rumor mill, it needs to be said that we are not going to be talking about all possible rumors that are associated with anything nerdy, because that would be impossible. I don't have access to all of those rumors, and honestly, a lot of those rumors really hold no water. So we're only going to be talking about the big ones, the ones that won't go away, or the ones that I find interesting, fun thought experiments, or something somewhere in between. So otherwise, if you have a rumor that you want to share with me, find me on the social medias. Just look for Generally Nerdy. My Nerdy Ninja is the guy, and that is where you will find me. So all of that being said, these are the rumors for today. And now the rumor mill. Let's do this. All right, so we have a few rumors to talk about, but it's, again, quickie episode mostly, kind of, sort of, unless you count my ramblings, whatever. So first rumor in the rumor mill. We have no confirmations, we have no refutations. Jumping right into rumors is The Punisher. So we have word that Jon Berenthal is in, quote, aggressive negotiations to reprise his role as the Punisher in the Moon Knight series over on Disney+. This one has kind of been in some form for some time. This is the first time we're getting specifics as to which series he's very likely going to be in. So I think that kind of lends to its credit, but it's not the best source ever, like at all. But multiple places are picking it up like it is a pretty decent source. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. I can't give it too much credence. The only thing that is really, really playing in its favor is the fact that it is so persistent. Because like I said, this source is not the best, but the previous source is not the same. So, I mean, that kind of builds as more sources get the information, then that builds on its credibility. But we still can't go over 50%. We're sitting right at 50% on Jon Berenthal being Punisher in the Moon Knight series. Our next rumor has to do with the Echo series, also coming to Disney+. Also rumored to have something from the Netflix series of shows that kind of were Marvel adjacent, even though they were technically Marvel characters. And that is that the Daredevil cast is said to be coming back. What degree of the cast? Is it going to be all of the cast that's going to come back? Who freaking knows? The rumor does not specify that. All the rumor says is that the Daredevil cast will be coming back like it's season 4 of the Netflix series for a quasi-soft reboot. Some people who have heard this rumor kind of were like, well, why would they do that to Echo? They're going to nudge Echo out of her own series. No, the vocabulary might not be the best to say that it's going to be like season 4, but it is going to be all of those characters is kind of the implication. So, this is a decent rumor, not exactly the best source, but definitely not nearly as bad as the Punisher source. So, we have a little bit of room to play with it there. It just, the thing that I think that is counting against this is that it says the whole Daredevil cast. And that's the first time that we've heard such thing. And we've heard from Deborah Ann Woll that she is not going to be reprising her role from that series. So that kind of discredits that, at least to a certain degree. So we're sitting right about 50% on this one as well. Our next rumor has to do with Silent Hill! Silent Hill! This is actually the same freaking rumor we've been talking about for months. And I'm pretty sure it's the same source. I don't know why it kicked back up in popularity in the rumor mill, but for whatever reason it did. Last time we addressed it, we gave it about a 60, 65. No, actually it was a 65, 70. This time we're going to drop that a little bit. And let's talk about that first. So the rumor is that there are 2 Silent Hill games currently being worked on. One by Konami, one by a third-party publisher. Both set to be released sometime in the not-too-distant future. That is pretty much what this rumor goes on to say. Because this is the same thing, I think July was the last time we talked about this, because it's the same thing from July and nothing has changed about it, I feel like that is the reason why we are going to drop this down ever so slightly in the likelihood department. So we're going to go to 60% likelihood that there are 2 Silent Hill games being worked on, and one of them by Konami, which is a theme in the rumor mill today because we do have a number of Konami rumors. Our next one has to do with Metal Gear 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is reportedly getting a remake, not a reboot, not a port, a proper remake, also said to be being worked on by Konami. The interesting thing about this is that it does specify that Hideo Kojima will not be associated with it, though he will be listed as a consultant, according to this rumor, which I think is the thing that really kind of shoots this rumor in the foot. 30% likelihood that Konami is actually working on a remake for Metal Gear Solid 3. That would be a great game for them to get back into the Metal Gear game with. It does not ring true in a lot of ways. Though the source is pretty solid, I still can't give it too much credence. And then our final rumor for this episode has to do with one of my favorites. Injustice 3 is rumored to be getting its announcement at the DC Fandome event later this month, actually. So the source of this actually is just speculation, but it's speculation based on the announcement that Ed Boon is going to have screen time for the DC Fandome event. He is going to be there. That has been made known to us. And so if he's going to be there, if he's going to be announcing something, gee, I wonder what Ed Boon, the studio director for NetherRealm Studios, which is the studio that created the Injustice series of games, I wonder what that guy could be announcing at DC Fandome. So I would be very surprised if it wasn't an announcement for Injustice 3, because, I mean, honestly, let's not kid ourselves. It's going to be Injustice 3. We're putting this one, though, at a conservative 75% likelihood. And that, my nerds, is everything we have in the rumor mill. And that was the rumor mill once again, nerds. If you want to see the full episode, because this does come from a much larger episode, then you can follow the link in the description. The top link should take you to the episode, unless you're not on YouTube, in which case go to youtube.com/generallynerdy and you can do the thing and see the stuff and all of that jazz. And thank you very much, nerds. There's also a website, generallynerdy.net. Patreon.com/generallynerdy is the paywall that you can get behind, all of the things. I'm gonna go now. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.